Countdown to August the 2nd. Hello one, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and so far there is no framework here. No deal, no debt deal as of 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Breaking news. What's that mean? That means probably we're going to have some selling on Monday, I do expect. And I think we're going to get our B wave down. I don't think it's going to be the crash yet. I think this is a little game they're going to play as they push this out. They'll let some selling happen on Monday and Tuesday, and possibly sometime in the middle of the week. I don't know when. This is just speculation. I think they'll come out with something positive that will cause a rally in the market, and it will turn back up and go back up into the August 2nd deadline. I still think that come basically August 2nd, we're going to have our turn date, and so I don't think that this is going to be any more than just a great way to shake out all the bulls and get some bears on board, and then they'll turn it right back up. Now, I'm already short as of Thursday of last week. It did get a little bit higher on me, and I stayed short because I did think that we're going to go down at least Monday, Tuesday of this week. So you never can catch the exact top, but I was short the Qs, which rallied up a little bit on me on Friday. But regardless, I do suspect that we're going to have some selling on Monday, especially if the Asian market sells off pretty hard from this news. So what do the charts say? Well, on the charts, you can clearly see that as far as the weekly chart is concerned, it's not looking like it's got more than one more week left before this thing rolls over. It's ready to roll over. So it has been, moving up strong here, and like I said, I think we could get one bar possibly positive or just possibly flat even at zero, either slightly negative, slightly negative, slightly negative, slightly negative. Tongue twisted there. Slightly negative or slightly positive, and then we're going to roll right back down and put in a deep trough, a lower one than this. It might look like this right here, where this section right here is what we've got right here, and then we have a much lower one like this. It's hard to speculate. Of course, it could be this one, but I don't think it's going to be this one yet. I think that's reserved for October of this year when we get our wave 3 of wave 3. So just on a weekly basis, I do think that we are coming into the final throes basically before we roll over. So that's on a weekly basis. So looking at the daily chart, you can see that it is still pointing up. Still looks like it wants to go up a little bit higher. That does not mean that we couldn't dip down Monday, Tuesday, and then run back up the rest of the week and into Monday of next week. So we don't really know that. But I think we're going to have an ABC. I think we're going to go down a little bit Monday, Tuesday, and then back up for another move to possibly hit our fake print on the SPY from back in March. It's an awful old fake print now, so it may not come to pass. But if it does, it's at 138.86 on the SPY, which is about 1388 SPX. So it could. We just don't know. But this just tells me that it wants to go a little bit higher before it kind of rolls over. I just don't know how high, but I just think an ABC move up is just more logical. And here on the 60-minute chart, you can clearly see this thing is quite overextended on this move up. Really needs a breather bad, and it is going down. Now that doesn't mean that if something positive doesn't come out, they couldn't turn this puppy right back up and run back up again and just keep right on going. Some people could argue if this is a bull flag right here, this sideways trading, and it's debatable, but to me it looks like it went up, sideways trading, should have had a bull flag up move. It didn't. It failed. It went down. Then it went back up, sideways trading, and sold off there until the close. So that to me looks like a failed bull flag move. Everything here is pointing over. It doesn't mean it's going to be a deep trough low. I guess that depends on really how the market reacts to this debt deal. So that's the 60-minute chart is debatable, but I think it's going to pop back down for a B wave. And same thing here on the 30-minute chart. You can see pretty much that you had your move up, sideways consolidation. You failed your bull flag, went back down. You tried it again, sideways consolidation, boom, failed, went back down into the close again. So there's no bull flag there. Now charts are mixed here. They are pointing down, but they are putting in positive divergence here on, positive momentum, I guess you should say, on the not technically a divergence because the market is not went anywhere. It's this would mean that we're going down while this is going up, so you can't really call that positive divergence. But you can say that it put in a higher low here, and it's working its way back up. Does it mean that it's going to keep moving up and this will push up? That's going to be hard for the 30-minute chart to do with the 60-minute chart pushing down. So they're kind of fighting each other. So it's a tough call there. And plus you're already up here at extended levels. How high can you go when you're up here at extended levels? You can curl back up and put in a very small tower, but in order to get a really big tower you have to start from low. That's pretty much the general rule of thumb. Is you see where it's at here, and when you started from there and went all the way up to here, look at what you put, a huge tower and a big move in the market. This is where you get a good running start. It's basically what it means. You get a good running start, you can bust down the door. But if you're standing 2 feet away from the door and you try to bust it down by running at it, you just don't have much ability to do so. And plus, if the 60-minute chart's fighting you and pushing down, it just makes it difficult. So all in all, the chart's a little mix is what you can see. 15 really isn't giving us much indication here, not really saying a lot. It could go either way. Again, put small bottoming tail, but you can't really call this a bottoming tail because it's at a top. From here to here is a top. It's only a bottoming for this short little move down. That's it. It's not a bottoming for the whole thing. The bottoming tail would have to come down here, so it's not really a bottoming tail. So only a bottoming tail for this move from here to here. That's it, and it's done for field. It went right back up, sideways consolidation, sold off into the close. So again, bull flag failed. So everything to me tells me that we're probably going to sell off some on Monday and Tuesday. I don't know how much, but I think we need a B wave down. They'll probably come to some kind of conclusion, something not to panic the markets here before August the 2nd. That's probably their big deadline to panic the market. That's it's all scripted, it's all planned. We all know that. It's going to be scare the market so we can sell it off, and oh no, everything's great, and we'll just rally on, and it's just a lot of volatility. And of course, the insiders will already know which way the market's going to go ahead of time, so they'll already be positioned for that to happen. So expect a lot of volatility. Now, there was some stuff I posted here on the blog. There's this here by Michael Ruppert's Collapse Net, and he says they are going to default. If you listen to this interview right here, it's an audio about an hour long. I downloaded it and listened to it, and he says they're going to default on the debt, on every intention of defaulting on August the 2nd. Now that's contradictory with what Lindsey Williams said, which he simply said that the dollar is going to collapse, not necessarily that they won't pass or raise the debt ceiling. That doesn't mean anything, is what he's saying. So even if they raise the debt ceiling, it doesn't mean anything. They still plan on defaulting on the debt of the bondholders, specifically to the Middle Eastern countries who they have tricked and sold oil, or they have bought the oil with paper dollars and had them buy back take a portion of that money and buy back our debt through treasury bonds and instruments like that. So they're holding on to this paper that they're thinking they're going to get interest on, and it's going to become worthless. These bonds, treasury notes, bonds, they're going to be worthless as they default on them. China's the biggest holder of them, and they're going to default on China as well. That's the plan. That's the plan that the gangsters have. That's what Lindsey says. Now, this is still a very interesting read or listen, I should say, and worth your time to do it. I'll put it on the blog. But do keep one thing in mind here. I think he's wrong on in this. So this could be a site that is put out there by the Illuminati and is misinformation, panic. It could be. And the reason I say that is some key things this guy is wrong on, and that is this right here. He's basically saying, and the world is past peak oil. We have peak food. We have peak coal. You can print all the money, but you won't get any more energy out there to feed the system. He's totally wrong on peak oil. There's no such thing as peak oil. That was put out by the Illuminati to get the oil prices up, and that was debunked. It has been proven without a doubt through scientists that oil basically is not finite, meaning it doesn't just you use it all up and it stops. It just keeps replenishing itself. I'm not a scientist. I don't go into it, but that is bogus. That information is bogus. So that doesn't mean he's necessarily a bad person. He just might be misinformed. And as far as peak food, that's BS too. We can feed the world. There's plenty of technology to feed the world right now. They don't want it that way. Peak coal, same thing. BS. I don't believe any of that. And he's saying, that the military and the Social Security checks won't get paid. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm thinking that the Lindsey Williams is going to be more accurate on this call, that they're going to go ahead and raise the debt ceiling and just keep printing money, but because of it, the value of the money is just going to collapse, and then it's just going to be worth less and less and less. I'm putting a link on my this post right here that I'm doing on the blog. I'll show you here. Okay, hang on here a second. Let's see. Here on the blog, I put a link here to the movie right here, Oil Storm. You can right click and download this. I put it on my site for you, and so just right click and download file as and save it, whatever, and watch it. It's a movie. It's an AVI. It should be able to be played with Windows Media Player or Real Player. If you don't have Real Player on your site, you can get to Google it, just realplayer.com, I believe, and watch the movie. In the end of the movie, you're going to notice that people are dying. It's the story of this one woman who's a paramedic, and her she gets a call to go to her grandmother's house, and her grandmother's in there with blankets all over her, freezing to death because she can't afford to pay the electric bill to heat the place, and so she keeps it really cold, and it's like freezing, and she eventually dies from it because the Social Security check just won't pay the bills. Well, that's exactly what I think is going to happen. So Michael Ruppert's call that they won't pay Social Security, that might happen temporarily just to spook the markets and cause a crash so they can buy up everything. But if it does, eventually, I promise you, they will print money out like it's going out in style and pay these people their checks. Problem is, it won't buy half of what it bought last year. Electric bill is going to go up, water bill is going to go up, everything. Food cost is going to go up, everything. So they will get paid. And they're not. They're not going to stop paying the military, because the military is their bullies. They have to use the military as their minions to do what they want them to do. And the military, most of the military guys don't have a clue what the Illuminati is all about, and they're not going to do it for free. Matter of fact, if they found out about it and it's in the military, they'd probably be pretty upset at what they're doing. And many of them are actually, they're fed up with it and have started, I don't know, groups I had seen where they're just protesting the wars that they were, told to shoot innocent people, and they totally disagree with it. And because most of these military people are good people, they're just don't know that they're being used. They don't know it. So, but believe me, if you stop paying them, they're going to stop working for you. And so they will print the money. You can rest assured that's going to happen. But in any case, I still think this is a good listen, and just get out of it what you think. It's about an hour long, and I'll put the link to it on the site as well, so that you can listen to it. Now, moving on here with Benjamin Fulford and his latest post here is, the slow fuse will keep burning through July. Well, basically he is saying that that they meaning the good guys, the White Dragon Society, are still putting the screws down on these people, and they still have cut off their money supply, so that they do not have the ability to I guess just massively print it like they have been. I don't know how it works, but he's basically saying that they have to enter in some codes, some top secret codes, and that they have control of those codes, and they can't just go in there and just say, hey fellas, turn on the printing press. It does. I guess it doesn't quite work as easy as that, but we know it's not a real printing press per se for the most part. I think I read somewhere where less than 5% of the money out there in circulation is actual paper money. The other 95% is digital money. I mean, it's just numbers and keys they punch in and say, okay, here's $1 trillion. They didn't physically print it, and they just issue it to the banks, and the banks don't actually have physical dollars. They just digitally loan it. It's all a game to these reptilians. So anyway, he goes on to talk about that, and he talks about how they had to back off from the New Madrid fault line that they have been attacking by the Mississippi River. You know, they've been attacking that with HARP, and they were forced to back down from that because of threats from the good guys, basically. So this is a good thing that they have stopped that. Here it is, a threat to set off an even worse Holocaust along the New Madrid fault line in the U.S. was halted by the White Dragon Society. And so, you know, they are in a tough spot. Rockefeller, Bush, drug dealing murderers, yeah, they're worse than murderers. So, but they're all basically, it's coming to a head, and I do think that over the next few years these people will be flushed out, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But if you just keep tightening the screws to them, you know, eventually they will be caught. And one of the things here that I did notice, Ben seems to think that for now the order of collapse appears to be Greece, then Ireland, then the Baltic states, Spain, Italy, France, and finally the United States. So this is something to keep your eye on as the debt defaults continue throughout the next several months and year, I guess, because we know it's planned, and I still am pretty confident that basically come October the 23rd of this year, I think when we end the Legatus pilgrimage again, I am very confident that that will be the date that we have our massive wave 3 of wave 3 of wave 3. Right now they still control the market. There's no mistake about this. They still control this market, and we know that because their last annual pilgrimage gangster meeting, the reptilian meeting, was April the 30th through May the 1st, and of course the market topped when? May the 2nd. Of course we have been going down since then and bouncing back up, but we went down for what, 6 weeks straight or something like that. Let's see, how far did we go? You know, we topped right here. Let's look at it here. Here's the date we topped. That was the end of the Legatus meeting, and we went down all the way into here. We went down for, what was that, 6 weeks? Something like that, 6 or 7 weeks. before it finally had a rebound back up. And you can rest assured, come October 23rd, I think at that point, then we're going to collapse again. I don't know where the market's going to be by then. You know, it's possible we could break down through here and actually come down here and hit this 200-day moving average for wave one. That would be a speculative call there over the next month of August. So we could go down here and hit that, the 200-day moving average, and then turn and bounce back up a little bit into October, and then turn right back down, this time collapse through it. So let's keep that in mind. And so let's see, I think I went over that. What else did I want to go over? I think I went over everything with as far as Lindsey Williams. I think I put that on the last post. Nothing's really changed in what he said. So I went over there with Ben Fulford's what's going on. I'll put the link to that so you can read that as well, and the link to Michael Ruppert. So really it's just going to boil down to just hanging in there, hanging tough, and seeing what brings around April the 2nd. It's a new moon, so I think I'd put that. Let's see, do I have the spiral guys stuff here? I think I do. Yeah, it's right here. So we can refresh this, get the latest. Then you can see how accurate this is. This is within 1 or 2 days. It's very accurate, and I think that's where we're headed. So you can kind of get an idea here down the bottom here. These are your full moons that are solid in color, and these are your new moons up here. So right in here, July 31st, which is a Saturday, and you know, of course, nothing's going to happen until that August 2nd. So you can pretty much guarantee that you might as well just wait until Monday to make your position, whatever position you're going to take. You know, for me, it'll probably be short on Monday, August the 1st, assuming that the market continues up. So you could probably expect this to continue up into that time period. Sure, it might dip here a little bit for a day or two down Monday and Tuesday. I do think we're going to have a little bit of back off just for a B wave only, but I think we're going to continue higher, and it'll be the fake out of all fake outs. Whatever they say about the dead, it's going to be bad. It will be some type of default. That's what it will be. And so that maybe I can agree with this Michael Ruppert about that. It will be some type of default, but not on Social Security checks and Medicare and military. They're going to pay those. You might as well, you know, you might as well suspect that they're going to pay those. So anyway, that is it for now, guys. I can't think of anything else. I guess I will see you guys on the blog, and also here on, let me go over this here on the news site. I am in here on a regular basis here, but I had to put up a second box, and I'm having trouble with the avatars showing up. I'm not in the room right now, I'm not logged in, but you guys are all welcome to come and hang out in here in the Stock Market Bloggers chat room and just, you know, chat. And that's what we do. So I've got two boxes here. I'm taking the bottom one out and just leaving the top one to try to get this to fix the issue of the avatars. I've still been unable to get it fixed. You're supposed to be able to log in one time into the site. You go here and you log in, and when you do, your avatar that you uploaded for stockmarketbloggers.com will show up here in the chatroll.com. It's a different site, okay? It's something that's being hosted here, and so but anyway, do stop by, and I will see everyone on the blog or in here or both, either one, guys. So good luck, everyone, and talk to you later. Goodbye.